there, welcome to my channel. My name is Mfon and I'm a mom of 4. I'm an adult child, recovering from childhood trauma. I am trying to share my story to see if it's relatable and create a community and also work towards healing together. So in my last video I talked about a scapegoat, which I was the scapegoat of the family, and how it works. So in today's video I'm going to talk about the golden child. These are the narcissistic family roles that unfortunately happens in the same family or happens within the family unit in the same family. I don't know if you understand what I mean. I mean different siblings having different experience, but they are being raised by one father and one mother, and they can share different stories about how the family runs. So like I said, today I'm going to talk about the golden child. And before I start, I want to read from a quote from a psychiatrist, what it means to be the golden child. I'm going to put this on the screen so that you will not take my word for it. You take the words of professionals for it. A golden child is often the product of being raised in a faulty family dynamic where the child is expected to be very good at everything, never make mistakes, and feel highly obliged to meet the aspirations of their parents, according to board-certified psychiatric Gerinda Gonzalez Barros, MD. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. If you come across this video, judge my heart, not my pronunciation. So narcissists identify with their golden child and place the burden of living out their greatness on the child. Narcissistic sees their children as extension of themselves. So they want to live their greatness out on their child. So the golden child is often the one who becomes a narcissist. Absolutely correct. Thus continuing the intergenerational cycle of abuse. That's why I talked about the scapegoat before the golden child, because the golden child is always abusing the scapegoat, because that is the model that the narcissistic parent has created in the family. So they are the ones, the golden child are the ones the narcissistic parents identifies with. They shower them with privileges, attention, and praise. They receive projections from the parent as being the superior and better than others, including the other children within the family. That's what I'm talking about, being raised in the same family but raised differently. I was the scapegoat, and I know for sure who is the golden child. Who was or who is still the golden child in my family. So if you're wondering, how does this work? So we're going to talk about 10 signs of a golden child, and that might even resonate with you if you were once the golden child or any of your siblings that is currently the golden child. Number 1, a need to achieve. The golden child is a reflection of their narcissistic parent. This child is competitive in nature, always striving to win. In a narcissistic family, the children are pitted against, one another to encourage competition. So the golden child grows up to be very competitive in nature. Why would you, make your children to be against each other in the name of competition? And that is what a narcissistic parent puts the golden child through, to make them to be competitive in nature, because they believe that they are special. They think that, they should be the best in everything. And number 2, people pleasing behaviors. Because their parents has, make them feel that they are special, they please the parents a lot. And in other words, they please people. They are people pleasing. They try to prove a point to people, which is unhealthy. Number 3, a worship of authority. Because of growing up in an environment where you always had to follow the rules and live up to a strict ideal, the golden child tends to worship authority. As Stephanie Burns explains, one of the main signs of golden child syndrome is the overwhelming need to please parents or other figures. Number 4, a crippling fear of failure. The golden child is raised from a young age to believe that their worth is higher than others. But you know what? It is conditional. It is conditional, because you don't raise a child to believe that he cannot make mistakes, to believe that he is always right. In other words, their skill as a gymnast or a soccer player or a brilliant child model are what matters. That is what matters to them. They want to be the best at everything. Not them as an individual. Is the achievement that matters to them, not them as individual, which is not right. For you to subject your child to that kind of scenario. So this instills the golden child with a crippling fear of failure. Well into adulthood, they are obsessed and plagued by the fear that a life situation could come up which proves that they are not good enough. That's because their identity is built around accomplishment and recognition. Without that, they don't know who they are. That's what a narcissistic parent does to a child. And if that child doesn't break free, he lives with that for the rest of his life. And number 5, a harmful approach to romantic relationships. How can that person be good relating with other people when he cannot even relate with his or her siblings? So people with golden child syndrome don't tend to do well in romantic relationship. Yes. Number 6, filling an adult role too early. They are expected to grow up so fast, which is not healthy. A child is supposed to, enjoy childhood, grow into, preteen, teenage, and all of that. Number 7, an expectation of endless promotion at work. If this person is an adult, he believes that because he's so special, he's supposed to get promotion left, right, and center. So one of the worst signs of the golden child syndrome is a person who's almost impossible to work with. Yes, they are almost impossible to work with. The golden child of any age grows up with the belief that they are special, entitled, and magnificently talented. At work, they expect this to translate over into instant recognition and a ladder of constant promotion. So the golden child feels that because he is so special, he's supposed to be promoted every week. Number 8, they seek perfection. At a very young age, this child has a tendency to be obsessed with perfection. They want their dress all clean and tidy, food just like the way they want it, their rooms organized in order. I'm not saying anything, there's anything wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you are, too, everything must be in order because this is how I want it, there's a problem. And their homework should be free of mistakes. If there's any mistake, they throw it away and make it clean, spotless. They frustrate themselves when they fail to live up to their unrealistic expectations. We are not perfect, so trying to attain perfection is unrealistic. Number 9, a belief in being special or set apart. Yeah, that's how a golden child thinks. You know, all these behaviors and signs point to the inner belief of the golden child that they are special or set aside. You know, because they were showered with attention and special treatment from young age. So they expect the world to reciprocate that. Don't you know I'm special? You have to treat me this way because I'm special. And number 10, they are sensitive to criticism. They are sensitive to criticism. Yes, the golden child knows that he or she is exclusive. I'm special. They know that they are not like the rest of the other children. Oftentimes, they hold themselves at a higher pedestal than they could be accredited to. You know, being hypersensitive to criticism, they do not like being slandered for whatever they say or do. Obviously, they don't like to be challenged because their parents have made them feel that they are always right. They are very special. They are so smart. So they don't like to be criticized because they are always right. They always know what they are doing. Did you have such, person in your family? Because I have one. I know for sure who is the golden child in my own family. And, from this list, there are more than that anyway. From this list, especially the criticism part, he doesn't like being criticized. He is perfectionist to the core. All these 10 lists that I have listed applies to him. I am very sure that he can win award, for being the golden child, because he fits this description that I'm talking about. Did you experience that in your family? Let me know in your comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Come along with me as we talk about this family dynamics, because it hurts. It still hurts. It creates awareness so that as we are, raising our kids, we should try not to repeat the same mistakes our parents made. Healthy parenting all the way. Try our best to make sure we parent with the future in mind. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.